Well, good morning, everybody, and thank you so much for tuning on in to our Valley News Now desk this morning. We got a little bit of a gloomy day on our hands. If you normally tune in around this time, we've got a beautiful sunrise going on, but of course those clouds making it a little hard to see over there on this Thursday morning. But we are continuing to warm up into the weekend. Check that out, 39 degrees right now in Fargo. It's higher than we were yesterday, so can't win them all, but this one I think we did win. One more time, thank you so much for joining us here on our Valley News Now desk. My name is Alex Larson. So we're going to kick things off talking about that weather. I'm going to share my screen with you here just in a second once I get this fired up. There we go. I'm over on the Valley News Live weather tab over on our website. As you can see, summer updating this for us a little bit ago. Continuing to warm into the weekend. First alert chance of wintry weather on Wednesday. Oof. And we want to first alert you to that, of course, because lots of people traveling out of town for the holiday. Again, 39 degrees here in Fargo, cloudy. We just saw that. Going to clear up a little bit, be mostly cloudy, partly cloudy. We're only going to hit 45 today, but I mean, can't really ask for much more in mid-November. Tomorrow, we're looking at a few clouds, seasonably mild for the afternoon. This afternoon, we're looking at clear skies and a little bit breezy. Over on our 11-day planner, as you can see here, 45 today, 45 tomorrow. Lows a bit lower tomorrow at 25. And then we're going to continue on into the weekend, only warming up a few degrees, but can't really beg the weather team for much more there. We're only going to hit 48, but I mean, sunny, partly sunny. That's nice. As we head on into next week, 46 on Monday, and then there we go, those first alert weather days. That's a double whammy there, Tuesday and Wednesday, ahead of Thanksgiving. And the reason we're calling them that, windy, breezy, possibly some precipitation. You can, of course, follow that with our first alert storm team. They'll give you details. I'm not the expert here. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing here. First alert weather days, of course, as we take on the holiday traveling. Okay, let's look at these key points, though. So Thanksgiving key points, highs in the 20s on days surrounding Thanksgiving. This is what I'm talking about that we called those first alert weather days for Clipper system Tuesday through Wednesday. And big travel impacts not likely at this time, but that could shift, okay? So not looking at anything crazy right at this moment, but it's definitely something that we want to keep you aware of and in the know of as we continue to take that on. Because again, lots of you are going to be hitting the road for the holiday. So we want to make sure that you are prepared and have all of those resources available to you. And you can find those over on your VNL weather app. Forecasts available right at your fingertips. Our radar's able to follow you. You can set those settings to follow you no matter where you go. So even if you're leaving the Red River Valley, you can keep our first alert storm team with you. And they, of course, will be posting videos, updates, everything you could need to take on that weather event that we could possibly be looking at for next week. They'll let you know when and where those could be impacting you. I'm going to move on to our news portion of this segment. A legal battle is intensifying in the murder case of 14-year-old Jalen Walker. Prosecutors want a Clay County judge to throw out major portions of a defense motion filed for the suspect, 18-year-old Isaac Arndt. Valley News Team's Ethan Kramer has more.
Arndt is charged with stabbing Walker to death on August 19, 2024, in what has become a complex legal fight over his statements to police. Defense attorneys filed a 29-page motion arguing Arndt never understood his Miranda rights during a 14.5-hour police interrogation. But prosecutors fired back Tuesday, asking the court to strike sections about adolescent brain development and Arndt's traumatic childhood background. They claimed those details are facts, not in evidence. Court documents show Arndt was first questioned at 3:30 in the morning at Sanford Hospital. He wasn't read his Miranda rights for the first 45 minutes, documents show. When he finally said he was done talking, police questioned him for another 30 minutes. The defense argues Arndt's age and background made his statements invalid. If they succeed, key evidence could be thrown out, impacting the prosecution's case. We'll continue to follow this case as it develops. Reporting in studio, Ethan Kramer, Valley News Live.
And you, of course, can read much more about this story over on your VNL News app, where we've got all of our previous coverage located there. That's free in the App Store, easy to use, that you can find all of that information linked over there. And we now know what prompted a 6-hour-long shots fired investigation, as well as a shelter-in-place order in Moorhead yesterday. Moorhead police say they now believe what sounded to be a gunshot was actually a mechanical malfunction. So this all started around 9:30 yesterday morning when an officer conducting a follow-up in the 1800 block of 20th Street South heard a loud noise he believed was a gunshot and called for backup. Big police presence was deployed and a shelter in place was issued as a precaution, which obviously now has since been lifted. Officers using a drone and a Bearcat vehicle to assess that situation. And after investigating, including interviews and video review, it was determined the sound came from a nearby HVAC system. Police confirming there is no evidence a gunshot was fired. Nearby schools, though, were put into lockdown. That obviously, again, has since been lifted. Morehead Police Chief Chris Helmick stated the officer acted in good faith and followed department protocol. And we got some more news out of Morehead after a steak knife was found outside the Career Academy Tuesday. School leaders say the knife was found by an adult near one of the side entrances and secured right away. Student connected to that situation is no longer enrolled at the high school and did not enter the building. Information has been reported to police, and this is actually the third weapons-related incident that has been reported at the school this year. Other two incidents involved a firearm. And West Fargo students are reporting more bullying and thoughts of self-harm than in previous years. That's according to a new district survey. The findings comes from the Youth Risk Behavior Survey, otherwise known as YRBS. West Fargo middle and high school students take the YRBS every 2 years. Survey shows an increase in self-reported bullying across the district, except for Heritage Middle School, with most schools being below the state average, except Cheney. The state average has also risen since 2021.
The YRBS survey measures the risks of specific behaviors, but it doesn't necessarily get really prescriptive or diagnostic. So that survey is not going to tell us if a learner reports bullying and also reports signs of depression, because that's just not the scope of the survey.
And we got that full story over on our website, valleynewslive.com. And of course, your free VNN News app. All you got to do is click on it. The new Fargo indoor slide park, Slick City, has been open for just under a week. And already parents are talking. Some are raising questions about safety after several kids reported injuries going down the slides. Valley News Team's Annabelle Weber checked in with those parents after their visits. Let's take a listen.
Feel that it's an unsafe place.
Concerns of Fargo's newest attraction in just 1 week. More than 4,000 parents took their kids to Slick City Slide Park on opening weekend. A fun activity that left some in fear.
Some of those slides, especially the yellow one that you're going down on your stomach and you're getting launched up in the air and then getting launched onto like a big soft like pillow pad thing or whatever you want to call it. I don't think 4-year-olds should go down something like that.
Katie's daughter is 8 years old. She was too scared to go down any slides, but the two watched some close calls.
People are coming down and they were actually going off the slides, almost coming to us where I was sitting at. And I thought that was kind of dangerous as well.
An ambulance was called after a ride goer broke their collarbone.
Basically, all they did was like wipe down the slide to make sure that it wouldn't go fast enough. And then another kid got hurt.
After opening weekend, parents took to social media. They detailed head and face injuries, with one slide in particular. Video of a child hitting his face circulated online, sparking the safety discussion. Ridegoers sign a 7-page waiver before sliding, an acknowledgement of understanding of the risks you may suffer, including broken bones, brain damage, or death.
We're doing our best to make sure those are very, very rare. So
Rare worst-case scenarios. Dan Bryant of Slick City says safety is the #1 priority. They train all staff members on handling possible accidents or injuries.
Everybody in these industries that's any good at what they do, that's the #1 concern in training always.
Concern for their customers. They emphasize the importance of adult supervision and only riding what you're comfortable with. They said the slides are the most slick upon opening. They should slow down with more use.
I mean, it's a nice place, but I just think, honestly, that they should maybe readjust the slides or something.
According to Dan, readjusting is possible. He said as weeks go on, they'll continue to monitor the safety of the slides and make changes if necessary. Reporting in Fargo, Annabelle Weber, Valley News Live.
So some changes that they are already looking at over at Slick City include having taller airbags at the bottom of the slide. They also say riders have got to go down face first as opposed to on your bottom, as it can help lessen the chance for injury. And as we continue to get into the holiday season, a gift collection drive has kicked off at the F5 project. They're looking for Christmas gifts for kids of families working through their transitional housing programs. Across the state, families in these programs are often not home during Christmas. F5 has collected gifts for their kids for the last 4 years, and they're looking for those gifts before their volunteer gift wrapping party in mid-December. They got a wish list on Amazon of more than 100 items they're looking to distribute.
This gives an opportunity for them to not just give a gift, but spend time with them and have dinner with them in kind of the Christmas spirit.
So those gifts are distributed during the week of Christmas. You can find both the Amazon wish list and volunteer sign-up sheet. It's over on our website, valleynewslive.com, or of course, as always, your free VNL News app. Just click on this story. Well, that's about all I got for you here on this Thursday morning. We are one day closer to Friday. You can do it, I promise. Again, that's all I got for you. Remember, a little bit cold outside, but we are warming up a bit into the weekend. So lots to look forward to. If you got any decorations you still got to hang up, if you got to transition from Halloween to, if you still got your Halloween decorations out, to Christmas, you still got time to do that before we get any snow on the ground. Hate to say it. Anyways, again, that's all I got for you here on this Thursday morning. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you back here tomorrow.